I want to share with you 3 things that I've learned over the years that I think would be of value of you knowing. My name is Dr. Story. I've been a chiropractor for over 22 years, and here are the 3 things that I've learned over time. Number 1, strength is probably more important than flexibility. I have had a lot of patients come in, they do yoga, but they have tremendous imbalances from right to left side. So being super duper flexible is not always going to make a difference in how a person feels. If there's a tremendous imbalance from one side to the left, very often these people are very frustrated because they just don't understand why they're in pain, yet they're flexible. It's the imbalance between sides that actually causes the injuries, not the lack of flexibility. Also, I have had patients come in that are strong, but they still have imbalances. The thing that I've never seen, and this is interesting, is I really have never had a patient that came in who was too strong and balanced. So it makes you kind of wonder sometimes who needs chiropractors and what is the best solution for a lot of people's pain. Usually when I analyze a patient, I'm looking for imbalances from right to left side in strength and flexibility. But if someone put a gun to my head and said, which one would you pick? What would you rather choose? Would you rather make them more flexible, or would you rather make them stronger? In most cases, the answer is I would rather make them stronger. A strong back tends to not get injured. A flexible back that's loose as a goose but doesn't have a lot of strength is very prone towards injury. So I would rather see a patient that was brutally strong and not very flexible than to see someone who's super flexible but not very strong. That's just been my observation, and I know that some people are going to be upset at that. A lot of times patients come in and they will adamantly argue with me. They think that stretching is going to help them, and I say, well, go for it. Go ahead and stretch, but add some strength to it. The ones that follow the advice, I think, tend to do better. And that's just been my observation. The other second observation that I've seen is with migraine headaches. Now, migraine headaches, and if you've had migraine headaches, I can only empathize with you. This is a real problem. And I've told many patients this, that I believe that migraine headaches are usually a multifactorial problem, meaning that genetics can be a component of the migraines. Your environment, chemicals in our environment. I believe that food plays a role in migraines. There are some other conditions that can cause migraines that we have no control over. Misalignment can cause migraines. Stress can bring on migraines, neurological problems that bring on migraines. But the one thing that I've noticed that tends to work the majority of the time is with diet. And even if a person has a family history of migraines, this diet seems to work pretty good. And I'll tell you exactly what the diet is. Learning how to count grams of protein and carbohydrate, and making sure that you eat just as much carbohydrate as you do protein, which when the person is told this and starts to read labels, they discover that it's actually quite difficult to do for some people if you're not used to it. Because what you'll find is the majority of foods have carbohydrates in them. Now, most people will say to themselves, well, I don't eat any carbohydrates. I don't eat spaghetti. I don't eat pizza. I don't eat cookies. Vegetables are carbohydrate. Fruit is carbohydrate. Eggs, chicken, beef, those are protein. So if you can figure out how many grams of protein are in a protein, chicken, fish, or beef, and roughly the size of your palm and the thickness of your palm usually is about 21 grams of protein. So if you can eat vegetables or fruit and figure out how many grams of protein that is, it just takes a Google search, then you figure out how much vegetable and how much fruit you can actually eat in combination with the protein to make it a 1-to-1 ratio. The closer you can become to a 1-to-1 ratio, balances our blood sugar, balances our insulin levels, and it just seems to play a role in migraine headaches. Not all, but the majority. And that's what I've learned over the years. The third thing that I've observed is, quite frankly, not everybody needs a chiropractor. It's a misconception that once you go to a chiropractor, you need to go forever, and some people come in and they're like, I don't want to go to a chiropractor forever. Don't. You don't have to. The thing is, some people simply don't need chiropractors. Their bodies are in good alignment, they don't have injuries that cause misalignment, and they're just some of those lucky people that can get away with it. However, I'm pretty firm in believing that some people don't need chiropractors just like some people don't need a dentist. I mean, quite frankly, there are some people that never go to a dentist. They brush their teeth, they just seem to not be prone to cavities. Genetically, their teeth are very flat, they don't seem to hold sugar. There's people that have never been to a dentist, never had a cavity in their life. However, even in those people, could a dentist benefit them? The majority of the time the answer is yes. They could take them and bring them to a higher level of health when it comes to their teeth. The same thing with a chiropractor. I firmly believe that you can take anyone off the street and I can make them better, I can make their muscles function better, I can make them get access to their own personal health better by searching for small misalignments that can interfere with how their body functions. And that's what I do. So, could a person survive without a chiropractor? Absolutely, I guess so. But could they benefit from a chiropractor? Absolutely. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're watching. If you want to subscribe to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. We have other videos that are very useful for you. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I do read them. I'd be happy to answer them.